Hello YouTube, how's everyone doing? It's Professional here. So today I wanted to show you guys a video I recorded a few days ago where I fought one of the worst Oppressor Mark II griefers. This guy was just passive popping endlessly with the Oppressor Mark II. He was using Easy Way Out. Then his friends later came in with the Orbital Cannon. And a lot of people have asked me, when are you going to do another PvP video? The reason I haven't had another player versus player video for a long time is because I'm not a PvP player. I'm a grinder. I just care about making money in this game and helping other people. I don't really deal with PvP. All of my PvP videos have been in response to people attacking me. Every single one, they always started to fight, they attacked me, or they tried to cargo grief, and we fought them. And I haven't done one for some time because just the Oppressor Mark II just ruins PvP so much. People just abuse that, and that's pretty much all they use. Nothing else besides that. And then people just constantly Easy Way Out like this guy. But in this clip, you guys are going to see this guy uses the cheapest tactics to get kills. Literally the cheapest tactics to get kills. And the only way that stuff like this is ever going to change is if enough people go on the GTA feedback page and tell Rockstar that they want them to do something about this. Rockstar, they did something in the past where they changed kill death ratio back then where, if you got shot a little bit and then you Easy Wayed Out, it would count negatively towards your KD. But it didn't really do much, and people are still passive popping, and now they're using the Oppressor Mark II. There's the orbital cannon glitch. There's just so many things that people abuse, and that's why I don't really consider PvP fun anymore, because it just basically turns into a griefing mess. But if you agree with me, drop a like on this video, and if you agree with everything that I said, share this video. I don't normally tell people to share my videos, but if enough people see this video, maybe Rockstar will too, and they'll change something. So here we go, let's get on with the video. So this whole mess started when I was trying to help one of my friends sell his bunker, and then I got this threatening message from this CO Blue Kill guy, and I kind of made a mistake here because I told my friend to sell his bunker anyways, because all of us were in an MC here and we just wanted to make the sale. We didn't really want to look for another lobby and get stuck in the clouds, so we just decided to get the sale over with here. And I was still worried about this guy, but I thought that we could avoid him. He does destroy part of the shipment, but most of it does get delivered. So what happened here was that this guy registered as a CEO, and then he activates Ghost Organization. And the moment that he activated Ghost Organization, I knew that this guy was going after us. And I was driving the Dune FAV here, and I just hear missiles. I hear missiles going off, and I just jumped out. And then he started trying to bomb me with the Oppressor Mark II. And here's a tip for everybody. If you're ever in a situation where some griefer is just trying to destroy your stuff, and they're using a vehicle like the Oppressor Mark II, and they're firing missiles at you, and you're like in a ground vehicle, you want to jump out of that vehicle immediately. Like, try to drive it into a piece of cover and then jump out, but if you can't, still jump out. And the reason that you want to do that is because if you jump out of the vehicle, they can't lock onto you. And that's why he's having problems here. He's having problems trying to blow up the shipment because I'm not in the vehicle. When I'm not in the vehicle, he can't lock onto it. But he's trying to dive here, and he's trying to blow me up with his stupid Oppressor Mark II. My friend Delta, he was in the lobby, and I told him this guy's griefing us. He actually came over for his Oppressor Mark II, tried to blow the guy up, and of course the guy Easy Way Outs. And a lot of people, they do stuff like this, where they're just going to Easy Way Out, and they're going to spawn that Oppressor Mark II, and they can just do an MC, and they can just spawn it instantly, and they don't even need the MC. They can just do it from the Terabyte menu also. Just keep spawning it over and over, and it'll have full missiles again. Delta did manage to get him right there after he respawned, but he was still in Ghost Organization, so I started rushing here at this point, and I made one of the drops. Made my first drop, and then I rushed over and I made my second drop. Unfortunately, though, he caught up to me on the second drop and he blew it up. I did make 2 drops, and the sale was at 17 out of 20, and it wasn't that bad because my friend, he still made up the difference because this was like a 30-player lobby, so he did make up the bonus because you get a 1% bonus per player in that lobby, so my friend did get his money back, but still it was unfortunate that those 3 product there got destroyed. Right after I respawned, I tried to spawn a Savage helicopter because I'm pretty good in that, and I was running over to it. Unfortunately, the Savage spawns so close to him. He's that little brown dot over there, and he activates passive mode and just starts riding around his Oppressor Mark II, getting ready to passive pop us. And I cannot believe that people actually do things like this. Well, I actually can because so many people do it, but it's just such a cheap tactic. This is just, just look at what this guy is doing. Look at this. And there's a lot of people in this game that do it just like this guy. This is not the only guy. There's tons of people that play just like this guy. I've seen people play like this guy all the time. And look at this. He just destroys my helicopter, passive pops. My friend fires a missile at him. He Easy Way Outs. And look, all he needs to do is he needs to call Mors Mutual, and he can just spawn his Oppressor Mark II instantly again. But I gotta wait 5 minutes for my helicopter to respawn again. You know, how is that balanced? The Oppressor Mark II, he can keep spawning it as much as he wants, but my helicopter gets destroyed, and now I gotta wait 5 minutes. And the really ridiculous thing about this is there's people out there like this guy that defend passive popping. They defend passive popping, and they claim that passive popping is a legitimate tactic. That is the stupidest reasoning that I've seen for somebody saying that's a legitimate tactic. How is using a mode that's designed to get you out of combat, to avoid combat, to sneak up on players, a legitimate tactic? There's no way that when Rockstar was designing passive mode, they had that in mind, that people were going to use it to sneak up on people and kill them. That is not a legitimate tactic. That's the cheapest tactic ever. And it doesn't matter. Even if this guy gets out of passive mode and you try to kill him, he's just going to constantly use easy way out. And this just shows you, this is a perfect example. This is a perfect example of how broken PvP is and how unbalanced PvP is. Look, he's out of passive mode now, and he only has a 1 minute cooldown until he can use passive mode again. And every time I fly over him, he's just going to constantly easy way out. And then the second a guy like this, the second he gets like 1 kill on you and he's like 1-0 on you, people like this guy honestly think that that makes them good at the game. You know, this is just ridiculous. So look, he's sitting there in passive mode, and you know, this guy is really stupid here because he doesn't even realize what I was doing at this point. I wasn't my goal was also to kill him, but that wasn't my main goal here. My main goal was to stall him. I was trying as hard as possible to stall him and distract him, because my friends were still in the doing FAVs and they were still making the drops. If you look down there, it says 11 out of 17. And this idiot didn't catch on to that. He didn't realize that I was trying to stall him, and I knew if I flew around him, I would be his #1 target. He was trying to kill me, probably because I'm a YouTuber. He probably recognized me. That's probably why he was going after me. But, you know, I don't care how many times this guy kills me. I don't care about KD. I don't care about scorecard. In this whole fight, you will not see me use passive mode. I don't use passive mode. I don't use the Oppressor Mark II. I don't easy way out. I just destroyed another one of his Oppressor Mark IIs that he tried to spawn there, and I managed to stall him, and my friends made the shipment. That's all I really cared about. I just cared about my friends making their shipment. I don't care how many times this guy kills me. All I cared about was protecting the shipment, but he's off the radar now, and he's getting another Oppressor Mark II. So at this point, I decided just to fly away from the area, and guess what? He came after me. He went right after me, and he was trying to blow me up. But the reason that I spawned the thruster is because the thruster can actually counter the Oppressor Mark II in a way. While the thruster has a hard time destroying the Oppressor Mark II, it does make the Oppressor Mark II useless in that the Oppressor Mark II has a really hard time blowing it up. And if you fly the thruster perfectly straight, and you know, I learned this from my friend Gilly Master, I'll link his video down in the description, but if you just fly perfectly straight with the thruster, Oppressor Mark IIs, they can't blow you up. So if you just keep flying perfectly straight, they'll lock onto you and they'll keep firing missiles at you and they won't be able to blow you up. I've countered a lot of Oppressor Mark II griefers this way. I can't blow them up, unfortunately, because it's really hard to blow them up with this thing, but you can make them waste all of their missiles. That's what I do a lot. You see, this guy, he's having a hard time right now blowing me up. He's having a hard time locking onto me. You know, he's sending me these messages. He actually thinks that I care about this 1v1 nonsense when I don't. But, you know, you see, this is the problem with this game. People play just like this guy. And the unfortunate thing is that there's people that don't like GTA, or, you know, people that have given up on the game. They point to people like this guy. They point to people like this guy and they say, you see, GTA is a toxic community because of people like this. And some people, they get off the game because of people like this. You know, I don't mind PvP in games, but this is not fun. This is not fun. This is basically just somebody taking the game too seriously and just plain old griefing, using the cheapest tactics ever to get kills. Here I'm speeding up the clip, but what basically happened was he was chasing me around the map. I made him chase me around the map, wasted his time, and my distraction paid off because this guy was just so focused on killing me. He so wanted to kill me that he didn't realize my friends were making the rest of the drops, and they made the rest of the drops successfully. I made him waste a ton of his missiles. He didn't blow me up here. Delta tried to blow him up. Unfortunately, he blew Delta up. And then afterwards, Merkin went after him. He broke off of me for a little bit. That's probably when he realized he was out of missiles. And then Merkin blew him up, and then Merkin easy way outed right afterwards. I don't know why he did that, but the moment that this guy died and his Oppressor Mark II got blown up, he has to call Mors Mutual now, and he's on the ground and he's defenseless. So what is he going to do? Of course, he's going to go back into passive mode, and he's basically just running around in passive mode right now, getting ready to call in another Oppressor Mark II. We are all on him right now. We're following him around, and the second that he spawns one, we're just going to blow it up before he can even get on it. You know, if he's in passive mode, fine, but we're just going to blow up his Oppressor Mark II the second he spawns it. And this guy, look at this. He sends me a message saying, you are trash, whatever. You know, I consider a compliment to be called trash by people like this because, you know, people like this guy, they should really take a good long look in the mirror before they call someone trash. So let me get this straight. This guy is spamming the Oppressor Mark II constantly. He is passive popping. He's using Easy Way Out, he's using Ghost Organization, and he's calling me trash. Yeah, you should really look in the mirror, buddy, but I consider it a compliment. I really do. If a guy like this calls me trash, I'm honored at this point. I really am. I don't care about it. I don't care if they call me trash. I consider it really a compliment at this point. If somebody like that is going to call me trash, it's a compliment. It means I'm doing something right. Eventually, the guy gets into a car and starts driving around in passive mode. Then he sends me a message saying D-Quick sent me. And for people who are unfamiliar with D-Quick, he's a griefer that I encountered in a previous video. It was the video where I was fighting the 3 Oppressor Mark II griefers with the fully loaded Ruiner. So apparently this guy is friends with another griefer, not really a shock to me. And what I did was I was following this guy around the map. I was just basically following him around the map, not letting him get out of passive mode, not giving him a moment to breathe. I was not going to let him spawn another Oppressor Mark II. And I follow him all the way over here to the beach. And guess what happens? He stops for a moment, he pauses, probably looking at the map, and you guessed it, I get orbital cannon, most likely by his friend. This was probably his friend that did it. Get orbital cannon, spawn at the hospital, get another toxic message from this guy. Right after I got orbital cannon, I spawned my thruster. I was getting toxic messages from these people, and I was flying around again, and this guy sent me a message calling me trash once again, but take a look at how he's playing. Literally, look at what he's doing. He's in passive mode, following me, getting ready to passive pop. This guy, though, he doesn't know about the trick. He doesn't know about the trick that if you fly forward with the thruster, the Oppressor Mark II, no matter how many times it fires, no matter how many times it locks on, it cannot destroy the thruster if it's flying in a perfectly straight line. That's exactly what I was doing here, and he kept failing. Wasted a ton of missiles here, made him follow me around the map, made him waste a lot of his time. And if somebody's using the Oppressor Mark II like this guy, this is what I like doing, and this is a tip I'll give other people. I first learned about this tip from my friend Gillymaster. I'll make sure that video is down in the description below. But even though this isn't a full counter to the Oppressor Mark II, you can prevent people from killing you if you use this trick. Look at how much this guy is struggling right now. He's trying so hard to blow me up. And what he actually does is he actually starts firing manual missiles. He actually starts firing missiles without locking on because he realizes at this point that he can't blow me up. And, he was saying to me that I was mad earlier, but, he was probably really annoyed that he couldn't kill me, that he couldn't blow me up with his overpowered motorcycle. So at this point, I was thinking, how can I destroy this guy? How can I get him off this bike? And I told my friend Delta, go off the radar so he doesn't know where you are. I told him I'm going to fly right over Vinewood, and then you're going to blow him up. So I was leading this guy right into a trap. He was following me. He fell into the trap, but he Easy Way Outed. So the second that he got locked onto, he activated Easy Way Out. And what kind of PvP is this? Is that you're so scared of dying that you're going to constantly kill yourself. I've played so many multiplayer games, and GTA is the only multiplayer game that I've seen where people intentionally kill themselves to avoid dying. In every single other game you play, almost every other game, it negatively affects your stats, but in GTA it doesn't. And over here, I got blown up by this guy. He fired a homing missile at me. I wasn't able to dodge that, unfortunately, with the thruster, and I blew up. After I got blown up and I spawned another thruster, and that guy, of course, he went back into passive mode, and he spawned another Oppressor Mark II. So what I did was, to trick him, was I flew with my thruster underground into this underground tunnel, and he probably thought that I was above ground. He probably thought that I was really high up in the air, because he was looking for me, but he wasn't able to find me, and he was just flying around trying to find me. And what I did, I eventually flew out of the tunnel, and then what I decided to do was I decided to fly around the map and make him waste his time again, try to get him to waste all of his missiles. This time, though, he wasn't getting out of passive mode. He was following me, but he wasn't getting out of passive mode, and I made him fly over my yacht, hoping that that would blow him up, because I had yacht defenses on. Unfortunately, that didn't work. So I was flying around the map here, and one of my friends messaged me that Caden was in the session. And Caden, he's another griefer. He does the orbital cannon glitch a lot. So the second that I knew Caden was in here, activated off the radar. So that gives me a 1-minute window where he can't blow me up with the orbital cannon. I decided to spawn my terabyte and go inside my terabyte because I knew that I would be safe in there. I couldn't be blown up by the orbital cannon. So I tried to lose him right here. He was on me, though, really well here. He followed me. He still saw me even though I was off the radar. I went over to my, I rushed on over to my terabyte, got out of it really quick because I knew he would try to passive mop me the second that I landed. Got out of it, went inside it. And the moment that I was inside it, I actually went on the remote-controlled drone here. I was actually trying to blow him up. I activated the shock thing by accident, but I tried to blow him up with it. I was actually about to kill him with it, and then Caden orbital cannon the terabyte. The guy was actually trying to get me out of the terabyte because he was firing at it, but the terabyte can take a ton of missiles, so I wasn't worried about it. I was safe in here. So Caden did the orbital cannon glitch. He blew up the terabyte. The guy broke off at the last second, which, it looks like he was working with Caden, but I don't know because the guy broke off at the last second before the orbital cannon glitch. I survived the orbital cannon strike. Caden leaves the session because he did the orbital cannon glitch. He can't ever pay for the orbital cannon himself. He just does that stupid glitch all the time. But right now, I was in a pretty bad situation. I was on foot. I didn't have my thruster, and I knew this guy was going to passive pop me any moment. I had the up and atomizer ready, and there he goes. He's trying to passive pop me right now. He's trying to blow me up, but I was confusing him. I was running around these crates. He was having a really hard time trying to kill me. Baja was onto him, and this guy was so focused on killing me. Didn't see Baja's missile there. Baja blew him up and got him. Perfect there. Good work, Baja. Thank you for having my back there. The guy got his Oppressor Mark II destroyed. He spawned not too far from me, and I knew it was only a matter of time before he used passive mode again. So you know what I decided to do? I decided to call up my good buddy Lamar and tell him to mug this guy. Sending a mugger after him. There he is. CO blue kill. Mugger is going for him right now. And now take a look at this. So distracted, so trying to kill me and Baja, didn't realize that there was a mugger potentially around him. And there you go. Look at that. Mugger got him. Got him for $10,000. He doesn't have his money deposited. Wow. So I rushed on over and I killed the mugger. I took the $10,000. The guy blew me up right afterwards, but you know, I didn't care. It was just the fact that I mugged him right there and he lost $10,000. That must have been humiliating for him, especially the fact that Baja killed him right when he was down on the ground. Didn't have a moment the easy way out there. And what happens here is we basically got into a sniping duel. He was spawning across on that dock over there, and we just kept trying to snipe at each other. I had my explosive rounds ready, and I was firing at him. I have these explosive rounds in case I need to fight jets, but I was using them here against this guy. And every time I fired my rounds close to him, he would just kill himself. He just kept blowing himself up, taking the easy way out over and over and over again. He's so scared of dying. I don't know how somebody can possibly play a game like this that you are literally so scared of dying that you're just going to blow yourself up every time and you get that one lucky kill on someone and you just think you're good at the game. You know, this guy's calling me trash. You know, really, like I said earlier, this guy should really take a good look in the mirror. So we had this sniper duel going on for a few minutes here, and then he just ends up leaving the session. He probably left the session because he was getting scared that he was going to get kicked because a lot of people were voting him out of that lobby at that point. And then I just got sick of it. I just flew away from that area. He rejoined the lobby a few minutes later, and I just said, you know what, I'm not dealing with this guy. And I just left the lobby at that point. I'm not going to waste my time fighting this guy anymore. But you know, this video, it just shows how much PvP has changed. You know, look at what PvP is like in 2019. Look at what PvP was not like this years ago on this game. You know, people did easy way out, but they didn't have like Oppressor Mark IIs, and they weren't doing things like this, at least to this point. Like, people didn't take the game that seriously. Like, you know, they had fun and all. You take a look at another multiplayer game like GTA 4, people would kill each other there. Nobody blew themselves up. Everybody had fun. It wasn't just fun. It wasn't fun. It was just a guy taking the game way too seriously, insulting everyone in his path, and the second he gets that one kill on you, he thinks that he's good at the game. He thinks that he's some kind of king, and a lot of people play like this guy, and I'm probably not the first guy that this guy has done this to. So if you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like. If you agree with me, you know, share this video. If enough people see this, maybe Rockstar will too. Let me know what you think down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, everyone.